guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a good one. Today I'm continuing my journey through the Final Destination series with part 4, The Final Destination. And this is quite the entry here, so let's just get right into it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to follow me on this journey going through this series, and I'll end it all by ranking all 5 films when I'm done. So let's get right into this, guys. So The Final Destination was released in 2009 in 3D and stars Nick Zano, Krista Allen, and Andrew Fiscella, and directed again by David R. Ellis, who also directed Part 2. Now it's funny that David R. Ellis directed this one as well, because James Wong did 1 and 3 and this guy did 2 and 4. So every second one they're taking turns, it seems. And you can really tell it's him because a lot of the same bags of tricks that he used in part 2 are reused again in this one, recycled. I have a lot of problems with this film, but let's just get right into it. So kicking off this film, we get our premonition, which takes place at a racetrack. Now, I personally don't have a fear of racetracks, and I don't know too many people who do. And this all contributes to making this the worst premonition in the series. While the first one dealt with airplane fear, the second one gave us a fear of staying behind a log truck on a highway. And the third one took the fear of roller coasters, which a lot of people have. But this one, I always felt it was kind of out of place because it's like you could have chose anything besides a racetrack. It just seems so random. Even though it is a dangerous place, but I don't know that many people have fears of racetracks. Yeah, our main lead gets a premonition, a vision that a car is going to go off the track, tires go flying, crushing people, the stadium falling down and crushing a bunch of people, and ultimately killing everyone sitting around him. He wakes up out of his vision, and just like the other films, he gets everybody around him in a roar, and they all get out before the big accident happens. So they survive, and now death is out to get them. By this point, same plot basically for all of these films, just tweaked a bit. And the racetrack scene itself, I find it looks pretty fake, all of the deaths in there. They're heavy on the CGI in this film. That goes for the premonition and all the deaths throughout. And this film was made in 3D as well, and there's a lot of shots that felt like they were just going for that 3D effect instead of actually trying to make a cool scene. And again, like part 2, none of these people really know each other. A few of them know each other, but they're mostly strangers that were all at the racetrack together. And he did the same thing with the highway scene in part 2, how they were all like, none of them were real connected. It just makes for a terrible time following these guys around because it feels like they have no reason to seek each other out and help each other. They don't even know each other. They're essentially all strangers. Where part 1 and 3, at least they were from the same class and they knew of each other before the incident. And these characters, man, do they suck. Like, there's a few of these movies that the characters aren't great, but this one, they're just plain bad. You got the lead and his girlfriend, which are the most likable out of the bunch, but they're just so forgettable. I honestly don't remember anybody's name out of any of these characters. Like, this total waste of time. I felt like the casting for this film, they literally didn't have interviews with anybody. They looked at their mugshots, their pictures, and be like, all right, we want all the hottest people that applied to be cast in this film, and screw it if they can act or anything like that, because they all look like models, but none of them are... They're all shitty written characters, for one thing. Their dialogues are terrible, and half of them can't even act. It's like subpar acting throughout. Like I said, our characters were never a strong point in the series, but boy did they shit the bed on this one. And it's not just the characters, this is the way the film plays out. It just feels like the lowest effort possible. We're literally going to have them have the vision, kill them off, and finish the movie. No real big twists or turns. Like I said, the same director as part 2, he uses kind of the same methods as that one, where our main lead is having multiple visions, just like Kimberly in part 2, and it all leads to nothing in the end. It's honestly the only film in the series where I'm rooting for all the characters to get killed off as soon as possible and just end the film. And it just really ultimately makes this feel like such a pointless film. I'm going to be very negative on this film, so right now I'll add in a few positives, the few that I could find. One being the X-ray opening credits. That's pretty cool, even though it's not even really a part of the movie. It shows you X-ray deaths of the first three films. Every one of the deaths is showing everything like there's bones breaking and shit. That's really cool, but that's your opening credits, and it really has nothing to do with this film. So I don't want to give it any points for that, but that was cool. And besides that, like the little Easter eggs we get for the other films, like at one point there's like something about a roller coaster on the TV they go by, and all the little clues they get for the deaths themselves are okay. But I mean, all these films do a pretty good job at that. But that's pretty much the only positives I can give this film. It was even a struggle to get through this time. Like I always say, this is the bad entry, but at least it's watchable. And while it is watchable, I struggled to stay with it this time. Like, I was always looking at my watch, just waiting for the runtime to end. And it's terrible when it's only an hour and 20 minutes long. Like, it's not long at all, but it feels like a 2-hour film. So let's get into the kills real quick, I guess. The first kill we get is right after the premonition when they all get out. A tire flies out of the arena, the stadium, and lands on one of the girls and crushes her. You're like, whatever. It's just like a splat of CGI blood when she gets hit. Reoccurring theme in this kill list, the heavy on the CGI. The second kill in this film is like the neo-Nazi, the racist guy. He's going to go put like a burning cross in the black guy's yard. One thing leads to another. He gets hooked to his tow truck and gets dragged behind while set on fire. Not a bad kill, but ultimately pretty forgettable. It ends with the truck exploding and killing him in the process. And you're just like, whatever, that guy deserved it. Next up, we get the MILF that gets the rock through the eye from the lawnmower. This is another like fake out, just like he did. Like I said, he does a lot of same tricks as he did in part 2. How in part 2 there was like the dentist scene where you figure something bad's gonna happen at the dentist, but only happens after the dentist. Well, he literally does the exact same trick in this one. The girl's at the hairdresser. You figure she's gonna get like the scissors in the eye or something like that because the chair keeps falling while she's getting her hair cut. And nope, that was all just a fake out for when she walks out of the building and gets the rock through the eye from the lawnmower. Another forgettable kill. It's all CGI. Bam, you see the little fake blood splat hit her eye. And shitty kill. Next up, we got one of the worst deaths in this whole series, in my opinion, is the mechanic. He gets launched to the fence where he's working, and like you see like the meat in his back like go through the holes, and it just looks so bad, so cartoonish and fake. Not satisfying at all. Next up, we got the pool kill with like the douchebag jock guy getting killed in the pool. He goes down to get a coin or some shit, and there's a drain in the middle, and it sucks his ass on it, and it eventually sucks out all of his innards and guts and shit and intestines through that drain, ultimately killing him. Probably the best kill in the movie, but it's still not that great. It's only the best probably because you don't get to, they didn't have to use a lot of CGI because literally the shit's going underneath of them, so you don't even really see it coming out. You see it go through the water tube, but that's pretty much it. The best kill in a shitty movie is still not that great. Next up, we get the cowboy in the hospital getting killed by the bathtub falling through the ceiling on top of him. Again, just a whatever kill. The seventh kill is an ambulance coming in and killing the guy. It's like, how would an ambulance run someone over? They wouldn't see them or what? They were just crossing the road and the ambulance like, it's like, stupid freaking kill. And finally, the very last scene we get is our 3 survivors in like a cafe or whatever, and a truck comes through the main window, killing them all as the credits come up, and it kind of kills them in like that X-ray cool vision that we like. This was pretty good because we get the X-ray thing, and it was good because that movie ended and we didn't have to suffer anymore. Because damn, does this movie suck. The kills all sucked. The plot sucked. Characters sucked ass. This is definitely the worst in the franchise. Like, if you put this above any of the other entries, like, I don't know what's wrong with you. No offense, but please explain to me why you like this movie. So all in all, I'm going to wrap this up. This is going to be my quickest review in this series, just because I don't want to talk about it anymore. It just sucks. Everything in every category sucks, okay? It's barely a passable film. for the budget they had, it's like, this is what we got. Crazy. This whole movie is just so glossy, so fake looking. It's oversaturated with CGI, shitty characters, and mediocre to bad deaths. So I do not recommend this film, even if you like this franchise. I would give it a 4 out of 10. It's just a plain bad movie. And to me, it's a waste of time at this point. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me. Do you also find this a piece of shit film? But what I really want to know is if you disagree, let me know down below. What did you like about this movie? Because I am very interested to hear your thoughts. So until next time when I come back with part 5, the final film in this series, which I'll tell you right now is a big step up from this one. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.